Gratitude. Every article that we will cover here will be in the Wixit and a description in the box below. So anyway, we're doing a pre-recorded one because I'm just so busy. We will have Bible probably between 7:30 and 8, but I have just too much going on right now. So that being said, but I do want to get you these headlines out. And the craziest ones here really right now are the ones about Biden saying that he could die. I find that a little peculiar, don't know what to make of it. I think there's a lot of speculation going on out there, but this is the craziest one I think I've heard in a long time, guys. And then again, I'm going to I cover the article from that I did earlier about the gas, but then we got Border Patrol cutting wires. Kind of crazy, just kind of crazy things. So anyway, without further ado, let's get right into this, guys. Like I said, today's been one of them just busier than busy days for us. So trying to get everything situated. Got people going out of town and people coming in town. No one's coming in town, but people going out of town for sure. Anyway, so well, let's get into it, guys, right now. So we got this again, just a reminder, this is one of those huge ones I think is huge. Russia halting all export of gasoline and diesel. This comes from Hal Turner. Then we also have a border patrol cuts barbed wire to allow, people to invade. U.S. Customs and Border Patrol agents have been caught on video committing what is arguably, treason by giving aid and comfort to invaders crossing the U.S. border illegally. The video below shows them doing it. Mute this because I'm not sure, but anyway. Don't know what's said, if there's music or any of that stuff, guys. Just can't do it. But I didn't get to really look at this article. I just,
This is my stained glass window.
Kind of crazy. It was taken in Eagle Pass, Texas. At this time, identified as the Uniform Patrol is not yet confirmed, but we are working on publicly identifying them. It is also unclear who, if anyone, ordered this action. We are endeavoring to determine that person or those persons as well for the public identification. The fact that our own public employees who pay checks come from our tax dollars are clearly aiding and abetting persons making illegal entry into our nation shows the scope of treachery we Americans now face. The American people are being willfully betrayed by our own public servants. Anyway, that is Hal Turner's article. Kind of crazy, isn't it, guys? Yeah. All right. So then we're going to follow that one with this one. This is from End Time Headlines. The worst global food crisis in modern history is about to go an entirely new level. So this here is his opinion from End Time Headlines, but it says hundreds of millions of people are desperately hungry all over the world. And by the time you are done reading this article, more children will starve to death. Earlier this year, CNN actually admitted that they are in the midst of the worst food crisis in modern history. But because the mainstream media rarely features images of this tremendous suffering on the other side of the globe, most Americans don't even know that is happening. Here in the Western world, the primary way that the global food crisis is manifesting is through significantly higher prices at the grocery store. Those higher prices are certainly painful, but we can deal with that. But when we don't have enough food to feed your family on a consistent basis, that really is a nightmare scenario. According to an official and UN website, 735 million people were in the state of chronic hunger last year. By 2022, approximately 735 million people, or 9.2% of the world's population, found themselves in a state of chronic hunger, a staggering rise compared to the 2019. This data underscores the severity of the situation, revealing a growing crisis. In addition, an estimated 2.4 billion people faced moderate to severe food insecurity in 2022. The classification signifies their lack of access to sufficient nourishment. This number escalated by an alarming 391 million people compared to 2019. The persistent surge in hunger and food insecurity, fueled by a complex interplay of factors, demands immediate attention and coordinated global efforts to alleviate this critical humanitarian challenge. We have never seen numbers like this before, and the final numbers of 2023 will inevitably be even higher because crops are failing over the planet. For example, this has been a catastrophic year for rice crop in India. Satish Kumar sits in front of his submerged rice paddy in India's Haryana state, looking disparagingly at his ruined crops. I've suffered a tremendous loss, said the third-generation farmer who relies solely on growing the grain to feed his young family. I will not be able to grow anything until November. The newly planted saplings have been underwater since July after torrential rain battered northern India, with landslides, flash floods sweeping through the region. Oh, mercy, guys. There's a little bit more if you'd like to read on. This article is in the Wixit. All right, guys. We also have these crazy, this here is a 2-day old article from the Daily Mail, but the article that's below it is from today. But Biden, 80, is worried that he might die before his son's Hunter's legal issues are resolved and think they will get worse, reports claim. Biden fears he may die before his son's Hunter's legal issues are resolved as the family worries that the situation may become worse before it gets better, a new report on Tuesday revealed. Biden, 80, has spoken out about his fear of death behind closed doors, sources close to the Bidens told NBC News. It's a contrast to Biden's public persona, where he has joked about being the oldest president in American history. At a fundraiser in New York on Monday night, Biden cast his age as experience. A lot of people seem focused on my age. Believe me, I know better than anyone, he said. When this nation was flat on its back, I knew what to do. I am more optimistic about the future of this country than the 800 years I've served, he added to laughter. The president has a clean bill of health from his doctor and the best medical care in the world. Still, he at times has trouble walking and has made verbal stumbles. Imagine that. If Biden wins a second term in the next year's election, he would be 86 when he leaves office. And the polls show the voters are concerned Biden is too old for 4 more years in the White House. Additionally, some Democrats are worried that the president who defeated Donald Trump, 77, in the 2020 election may not have an energy to do it again. Imagine. He is in the period of his life where passing and death is imminent, Sharon Sweda, the leader of the Democratic Party in Lorain County in Ohio, told the Washington Post. We are all on a ticking clock. But when you're at this age or at Trump's age, the clock is ticking a little faster, and that concerns for voters. Compounding the age issue, some aides are worried Hunter's legal troubles could divide the president's attention when he needs to focus on running the country and campaigning for re-election. Anyway, so this article goes on, but you get the gist, because of his age, he's, yada, 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 yada. It says, with regard to age, I can't even say how old I am. It doesn't register with me. Yeah, right. With regard to age, it's not. I guess we're not going to see any more of it. Anyway. We will go to the next article. I've got about 5 minutes, guys. So then here's from the Gateway Pundit. Now, I tell you, I started to watch this video. It was pretty good, from Drew Hernandez. But anyway, so again, aides are concerned that Biden is openly worried about dying before his son Biden case is resolved. I'm not going to call out the names that are in here. I don't choose to do so, even though sometimes, it's kind of hard not to, but how could the so-called president even consider running in 2024 if he sees death around the corner, especially when you're reading? It's really hard sometimes to skip over words, but I try not to read everything just because, I don't want to be cruel or seem in that light. What's left of Joe Biden has made a special guest appearance in New York for a bilateral meeting with far-left President Lula da Silva of Brazil, and he was once again defeated by the notorious teleprompter and his earpiece, an absolute disaster. The strategic collapse in the southern border is now hitting home as murderous illegals are now murdering Americans on American soil. But we all know America at last not only means the death of American economy, but the death of Americans. We did it, Joe. That's funny. Even though Joe Biden is an obvious shell of a man, the Biden regime has announced the American Climate Corps, a climate change death cult army of over 20,000. What could go wrong? Watch Drew break down and share all of that latest Biden regime stories. Anyway, I encourage you to go check it out. It is in here. Kind of crazy. All of this might die soon. Whip lab, just kind of crazy. Anyway, then we also have, hold on. I got to stop this before it goes, just in case. Okay, so even Fox, Biden repeats the same story twice, almost word for word, within minutes, sparking concerns online of elder abuse. Biden lit up social media after a poll report from Wednesday evening revealed that he told the same story at a fundraiser just minutes apart, nearly word for word. After briefly touting his economic record, POTUS reflected on his decision to seek the presidency. The poll report from Political's Jonathan Lemire, who was traveling with the president on Wednesday, stated he told the story about the events of Charlottesville in 2017 as the reason for his campaign. A few minutes later, he told the story again, nearly word for word. Social media users on X, formerly known as Twitter, reacted to the poll report and promoted it as evidence that the 80-year-old president's age has become a factor. Charge he has faced from both sides of the aisle since taking office. But we aren't supposed to care about his age and mental state. National Review contributor Brad Hip Shanker posted on X, okie dokie, this is completely fine, RNC Rapid Response Director Jake Schneider sarcastically replied. It's a lie, memorized in 19, and he has repeated it since. Veins bulging, etc. Breitbart senior editor Joel Pollack replied on X, this is normal, completely normal. Republican strategist and former Ted Cruz spokesperson Steve Gust posted on X. It would be an elder abuse if he runs again. Austin area attorney Adam Lowy responded on X. He's not making it to 86. While some Democrats like California Governor Newsom has dismissed Biden's age as an issue, with Newsom saying he wants seasoned pro that knows how to get things done, many Democrats have expressed concern about Biden's age as some of his senior moments continue to go viral on social media. An Associated Press NORC poll last month found that 77% Americans say Biden is too old for a second term, while an unsurprising 89% of Americans expressed the sentiment of 69% of Democrats also say Biden is no longer up for the task, according to the poll. Anyway, guys, I don't see how he made it the first go around. I sure won't understand how he is even a contingent for a second. But, it is what it is, right? Anyway. And then there's a For Your Eyes article tonight. Guys, I love you all. I have to cut this short now. We've got to go. But anyway, God bless you, and we shall see you probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock for Bible. Anyway, have a wonderful day. Bye.